Hey everybody, Marcel Ernie Racing News. I don't do this often, but we're going to look at this terrible Castanet owned by Glacier Media, another propaganda outlet. But what's interesting is the story they did originally at 4 a.m. and David Dong was left emotionally shaken along with scratches, scrapes, and bruises after an attack by a woman inside his downtown Kelowna coffee shop. Doug is the owner of Blenz Coffee in the Innovative Center on Doyle Avenue and was working alone on Saturday afternoon at around 1 p.m. when a woman wandered into his store. Dong says the woman demanded water. When he asked the woman for payment, Dong says the situation escalated. I said, "You need to get out of here if you have no money to pay." And then on the way out, she said, "F you, F yellow monkey. You should get out of the country." You know, so effing yellow monkey, you should get out of the country. This is his quote that he's saying that's what she said. Dong says the woman then grabbed 2 metal jugs and threw them at his face. "I was so nervous, so scared, I ran from the back of the counter and then I ran to the front, so I tried to control her and then we started fighting. All of my body is now purple everywhere, actually inside my mouth and all over my body. It's all purple." What? There was a security guard and 2 witnesses behind the garage door. I yelled to the security guard. I said, "Call 911. Come inside to give me a hand," Dong said. He's a nice guy, but he is only 21 years old. He was super nervous, I could tell. Roughly 10 RCMP officers arrived. 10 arrived at the scene a few moments later and arrested the suspect. Dong says an RCMP officer told him the woman is known to police. Dong says the RCMP officer told him the woman is known to police. Interesting little tidbit. Dong has owned Blenz for 7 years and has lived in Canada for 10. He is originally from China. "I can't stand people telling me, 'Go back to your country.' I didn't do anything wrong. I do a lot of donations." Donations. "I know almost everyone in the community." Well, I don't know you, buddy, and I've been here my whole life. "One of the coffee shop's windows was completely smashed. Damage from the inside is still being totaled. Castanet has reached out to Kelowna RCM for more details." So let's watch the little video of Dong here. Let's keep this.
David Dong was left emotionally shaken along with scratches, scrapes, and bruises after an attack by a woman inside his downtown coffee shop. Dong is the owner of Blenz Coffee in the Innovation Center and was working alone on Saturday afternoon when a woman wandered into his store. Dong says the woman demanded water. When he asked the woman for payment, Dong says the situation escalated.
She said, "No, I shouldn't charge. Why? Everywhere charge me for ice water though." I said, "Well, I'm sorry, Blenz made this. It's not me though." I said, "You need to get out of here if you have no money to pay." And then on the way she walked out, she said, "You yellow monkey, you should get out of the country."
Dong says the woman then grabbed.
Oh my God, let's listen to this again.
Asked the woman for payment. Dong says the situation escalated.
She said, "No, I shouldn't charge. Why? Everywhere charge me for ice water though." I said, "Well, I'm sorry, Blenz made this. It's not me though." I said, "You need to get out of here."
That doesn't make any sense right off the bat. You can tell he's lying. You know, "I have to charge you for water. If you don't have any money for payment, then you got to get out of here now." Why would anyone say that to somebody in the scenario where it's like, "Hey, can I have a glass of water?" And then he's like, "Oh, that's $1.50 or $2 or $3 with Trudeau inflation for a cup of water from the tap. A tap water," right? And then he says, "Well, you owe me this money or get out of here." Like, nobody's going to speak like that. They'll be like, "Well, here's the cup. Just, it's okay. I mean, like, well, the cup cost me 10 cents, but don't worry, it's on me." I mean, or it's like, "Well, can you just give me 10 cents for the cup?" I mean, I'm just trying to give some reasoning here. So it really appears he's lying right here from this video.
If you have no money to pay. And then on the way she walked out, she said, "You yellow monkey, of the country."
Dong says,
look at it, he like paused when he said that. That was an interesting thing to note as well. Like, he couldn't speak it.
"You yellow monkey, you should get out of the country."
Dong says,
what was that? Did he catch himself and trying to like recorrect what he was going to say? So anyways, let's keep going.
The woman then grabbed 2 metal jugs and threw them at his face.
I was so nervous, so scared. So I ran from the back of the counter and then ran to the front. So I tried to control her. So I got a body.
He runs from the back of the counter to the front of the counter to try to control her after she throws 2 jugs at him. Okay.
He touched with her, and then we start fighting. So like all my body is everywhere. It's all purple now.
And your face?
Yeah. The face as well. Actually inside of my mouth and like on my body, it's all purple. There was a security guard, and then there was 2 witnesses behind the garage door. They all saw that. And then I yelled to the security guy, said, call 911, call 911, come inside to give me a hand, come inside. He's a nice guy, but he's only 21 years old. He was super nervous, I can tell.
Only 21 years old, so he's old enough to go to war. He's old enough to fight for your country. He's old enough to be trained and disciplined. But no, not today's army though, right? Not anymore. No, not with the liberalism.
RCMP officers arrived at the scene a few moments later and arrested the suspect. Dong has owned Blenz Coffee for 7 years and has lived in Kelowna for 10. He's originally from China.
I can't stand people telling me go back to your country, right? We didn't do anything wrong. I do a lot of donations. I know like almost everyone in the community, just be nice to everyone.
Castanet has reached out to the Kelowna RCMP.
Arrested? Why was she arrested? Were charges pressed like without any evidence? Because he said, she said. Where are the witness statements? Right, that's interesting.
For more details, Madison Reeve, Castanet News, Kelowna.
Okay, so the police arrested her. So you have man versus woman, and the witness statements are from who or what now? So let's go to the update, guys. This is where it shows you who a freaking liar is. Surveillance footage disproves Kelowna coffee shop owner's assault claims. And this came out at 12:01 p.m. Castanet News has obtained surveillance footage of an altercation between a downtown Kelowna cafe owner and patron on Saturday afternoon. David Dong, owner of the Blenz, inside blah blah blah, claims that he was the victim of a racist assault inside his store. He claims a woman hurled racism and a pair of metal jugs at him when he declined to provide her with free water. Surveillance footage from inside the store provided anonymously to Castanet on Wednesday morning after a story detailing Doug's claims was published shows a very different version of events. It's interesting because it's saying that Dong contacted Castanet to go on the offensive to get ahead of this. He's trying to get ahead of the whole thing, being like, she did this, she's arrested, and I need a story about it, and advertising, and get ahead of the story, right? The video shows Dong instigating the physical altercation by throwing an empty plastic cup at the woman. So he threw the cup first. Then she returns fire with a metal jug, leading Dong to go on the attack, which then he runs out from the back of the counter to the front, like he said. But the woman can be seen on the video trying to move away from Dong as he follows her, punching and kicking her. And is exactly as I'm reading it. He really is punching her and throwing a kick. The woman retaliates by throwing a store display on the ground at a certain point in the altercation. Well, that's not a retaliation as per the fighting. He's punching her, then he leaves, and then she's angry and she knocks shit over. That's what's really happening. And then it continues with him. But she made some bad decisions here as well. She should have just left the store at that point and run and call the police if she wants to think that's going to get her anywhere. Don't stick around. When somebody already punches you and you're not going to punch him back, don't repeat yourself and repeat the situation by knocking more stuff over and having them come back and punch you again. So it's interesting, the decision-making process, even though there's no reason or allowance to be punched or kicked in the first place. But I'm just pointing out, why did she not just run away at that point? Castanet sent the video to Dong on Wednesday morning seeking an explanation. Dong said he threw the cup in response to a racist remark. So now, I forgot to mention that. No, she made the racist remark before. The surveillance footage does not contain audio. Because she was using violent language. So, you mean violent language? You mean because she was speaking English and became racist? Dong said, alleging she called him a yellow monkey and go back to your country. So I threw the empty plastic cup. So now he's changing his story. Dong says the first time he saw the surveillance video was when it was provided to him by Castanet. He says he has been locked out of his surveillance system for almost 2 years after departing, and a disgruntled employee changed the passwords on the way out the door. Now, another interesting statement. I wonder if that would hold up. Passwords to the security system, a disgruntled employee, sounds like more phony. Who got those videos from my camera, Dong asked. Well, I would assume the security company probably sent them to them, or the security guard, the 21-year-old who you say is just a kid and he's not able to go to war. The person who provided the footage to Castanet using an anonymous email said they have also now provided the footage to the RCMP. Castanet also sent the video to police for comment. The RCMP previously said the woman in the video was initially arrested and released on a pending court date. So she has a pending court date, means you charged her with assault. But what evidence did you have? How could you make that charge at that point? Why don't you say charges are pending or the investigation is ongoing? Don't give her a court date and put her in the system when you don't have any evidence, RCMP. Why don't you start gathering evidence? Find all the witnesses. Find the security tapes. What's going on? Why would you charge her already? Ongoing. The arrest, however, occurred before police had access to the surveillance video. Well, the arrest, but you said she has a court date. So what's going on? Was there a charge? They're not saying here, maybe. The RCMP is examining all of the evidence as it relates to any criminal offense that has been taken place. The female was arrested and released on scene with the information that was initially provided. And now there is additional evidence at play. So she was arrested and released on scene with a summons to appear before court, it sounds like. Police have retained a copy of the video as evidence, however, unable to authenticate its source. This matter is still under investigation. Okay, and then the original story. So now, guys, let's watch the footage, and I'll just kind of get it to you. Again, we're on Castanet Media, paid for by the government and Glacier Media. All right, so here we have the woman in the store. Is he filling up a cup? No, what's he doing? Yeah, he's filling up a cup from the tap. From the tap. Puts a lid on it with a straw maybe, or no straw. And then starts to check her up. Oh, he's typing in the board. She's like, whoa, wait a minute. I just wanted a water, please. Thank you. She's like, I'm not paying for this. Sorry, I just wanted a cup of water. You filled it from the tap. It's a cup of water. It's not a bottled water. I can't believe you expect me to pay for this. I'm just obviously guessing. It was recorded on somebody's phone. Do you see that the charge symbol popped up? It's a screen recording. They're talking for a little while. She's like, well, no, I'm not sorry. I'm not paying for that cup. So he's got the cup full of water there. He's moving it around. He dumps it in the sink. He dumps it in the sink. Oh, that's a good waste. And throws the cup at her. A little toss. And she throws the milk jug and another one back at him. Yeah, the cream container. And then she's pointing at her finger like, where's the door? Where's the door? There's the garage door. Boom, he punches and kicks her. Let's go right back again. Oh shit, sorry. Ah, damn it. Okay, here we have take two. He's following her around the store. Oh, he does a front right punch and a kick in the back of the leg. So he's done double assault right now. He's scaring her with his fist in her face. She's just got to leave. She just needs to get out of there. What's on her foot? What was on the ground there? She dropped something. I don't know. She throws the cookie trays. He's got his phone out like he's gonna. Oh, she slaps him and tries to slap him, and now he's throwing punch, kick, knee, punch. Just kicks her. And they're off screen, guys, at this angle. They're off. So I'll pause it for you guys. Oh, there's a reflection in the window. I'll pause it and fast forward. Okay, so he just picked up something off the ground. He's walking back now. You can see we're at 2 minutes and 48 seconds. What's in his hand? I'm not sure what that is. His phone. There she is. She's reflecting. She's walking back. Okay, she's back at the front counter now, and he's back there somewhere. You can see somebody through the garage door. Oh, she's throwing. So now she's angry. Of course, she's got punched and fighting with him. She's throwing glasses. And there's a guy behind the security thing. So the witness is behind the door there. Is that a reflection watching her throw that? I can't tell. Outside there, behind the Garage glass door. Okay. Now he's on her. Grabs her from behind. Takes her to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Holding her head down against the ground. 12 punches he did. 12 lefts. Pinning her to the ground. Choking her. There's a witness. Looks like the witness is getting the camera out from the outside perspective. She's got her phone going. He gets off of her. There's the security guard. There's a 21-year-old security guard that he says can't do anything. He's just a young 21-year-old. Doesn't have the ability to do anything. Okay, then they switch camera angle. So here's the different camera angle in the beginning. This is back to the beginning. When he first punched her and then kicks her. And then, like I said, he was getting his hand in her face at that point. Where's the door? There's the door. Just run out of the door. What is... It's crazy. Okay, no, she's going to throw more stuff. She got punched already. She doesn't think he's going to do anything worse. Then she goes out to slap at him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got a kick. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And another kick. Another 3 kicks. 11, 12, 13, 14. Another kick. Booting around the store. Like 4 or 5 kicks. 4 kicks. 15 less punches. Okay, so he comes back around. He's signaling the security guard or something. He thinks he's the boss of the situation here because everyone's going to just assume that he's kicking her for a good reason. He picks up his phone. I guess that's what that was. She's already got punched so many times. Why isn't she just leaving and calling the police? Is my other question. There's the front door, I think. So this is in Kelowna, everybody. Blenz. I wonder how many people are come visiting Dong after this and want to ask the full story. What's your perspective? So she's making a mess of everything, throwing shit on the ground and at him slightly. I wonder if his face got scratched when she went at his face with her left hand. Remember? That was she could have scratched him with her shit. Oh. That's where he takes her to the ground and beats her up. So she might have scratched his face initially when she went at him with the slap and the face grab kind of thing. There he pins her down. Channel 4. This is on Channel 4 right now in the top corner. This is wild stuff. Yeah, he's signaling people through the garage door. All right, guys. Well, anyways, so we've seen the scenario from 2 different angles. What are your thoughts? Dong assaulting this woman. The 21-year-old security guard afraid because of liberal culturalism, indoctrination of being a pussy. What do you guys think on that? Or is he the one that released the footage? Or did the security company, who has access to all security cameras with their system, SWAN, S-W-A-N-N, did they look into this after they saw the Castanet article? So because Dong went on the offensive with the article, they're like, hey, let's go look what really happened. And they're like, well, what a freaking liar. And then they released the footage. So, you know, she asked for a water, supposedly. He poured the water into the sink because she didn't have whatever payment he required. Obviously some decision making in the beginning right then. Just give her the water. You're going to pour it out. Like it's a complete loss anyways. It makes no sense. There's no common sense. If you're going to pour it out and the cup's dirty and you're not going to reuse the cup, you're throwing away plastic against the liberalism idea. We might as well just give it to her then. So is she known to police? You know, from her response and not running out of the store and wanting to fight more, even though it looks like she's getting beat up, except for scratching his face with her fingernails that we would assume those scratches were from, unless he did them after the fact for himself to stage it. But we can assume she did it to him. And the bruise, from the one punch she threw, she got him with one punch. That was his arm that had the bruise. And I'm sure the rest of him is not very pink at all. Anyways, guys, are you guys going to go to Don's coffee shop David Dong at Blenz Coffee Shop in Innovative Center on Doyle Avenue. Well, if I was in Kelowna, maybe I'd go film it in front of there and see what some thoughts were happening. You know, is Dong going to get visited by some unlikely, not nice people? Or do they take his side of it? Was there any racism involved? What does that have to do with any of this? Was Dong making up about the racist gesture? I mean, is that woman is she even the unliked white now? Maybe she's a minority. Who knows? You can't even tell from the video footage. Oh, there's the police show up. We're still going. Oh, that's it. All right, and there's Castanet Propaganda Media as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. What are your thoughts? Are you going to the coffee shop? Is his coffee shop going to be shut down? Can his business ever survive this, which looks like he's beating up this woman well beyond the means of what happened or was necessary or escalated a situation herb style? Cheers.